We're golden!
Are we golden?
But like, listen, y'all, you know, we're here again. So you have me, and I have to fadangle fadiddle. Boink boink. Yeah, Squishy. She's tabbed out.
Oh, hi. I'm not tabbed out. I have my shit right here.
And we also brought AGP back. So,
God damn it, I hit the fucking chair again.
Hello.
what the fuck was that?
AGP Mystery is back for another episode.
Rare just started a hype train.
I don't know where.
We're not even 5 minutes in!
Rare. I got a sub. Let's go. I got a sub chat.
It's on
Hey,
level
yo, Rare,
2!
thank you for the sub. Thank you for the gifted sub, man. Thank you for the gifted sub. Much appreciated. You
Oh
should
my
come over.
god.
Never mind, I can't say that. Can I do like an introduction? Are we doing introductions? For the new people
Yeah,
who don't
man,
know
if
me?
you want to, go for it.
No, you gotta do it, man. You're the host. You gotta introduce
Alright,
me.
so listen, you like cinematography? You like really well-made videos? You like funny YouTube channels with good gaming content? Well, let me get you hooked on AGP Mystery. Subscribe now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. To introduce myself to everyone new, I'm a content creator, variety content creator. I do TikTok, YouTube, and I stream on Twitch every other day playing Dead by Daylight. It's good to meet everybody. Good to see everyone. And other than that, I'm really just that new comfort streamer if you need one. Also, I do
Boom.
cinematics.
It's good
He's
shit.
a cinematic buddy.
I used to be, dude. Someone, I could hear someone followed me on my Twitch. I could hear it because I have OBS open.
Let's go!
Thank you for the follow on my Twitch. That's crazy.
Oh my lord. Okay, so I don't have a good segue to start this off. I found these stories in the parking lot this morning of work. Okay. Have you ever heard of a period party?
Oh god, we're reading this one first.
This is gonna sound bad, but I have heard of a period party before.
Am I the only one who didn't know what the fuck that was until like 2 hours ago?
Okay, hold on. Just so I know exactly what it is, could you tell me it one more time? Because I think I have a good understanding of it.
Apparently, it's normal-ish, I think, for girls to be like, yay, look, I have a period, and they throw a birthday party over it.
I didn't know that was a celebratory act. I thought you guys usually hated that shit.
I didn't know. Listen, I feel like I'm gonna call up my dad after this and be like, you fucking fumbled. Where was my cake? Where was my red velvet cake? Am I lag spiking or are you all lag spiking? I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah, she's.
RN Jesus, please, today's not the day. Let her cook? We can recover. I'm not totally dead yet. I'm so fucking scared. Wait. Oh, we actually crashed, I think. I'm alive? Wait, no, yes? This feels scarier on my end. Oh, I crashed. Anyway, chat, cope with me for a minute. This is a new one. I don't think I've ever crashed on stream before. You guys just watch. You guys see what I see now when that happens. I was coherent enough. That was crazy. Anyway, let me fucking zoom back in. Y'all didn't see shit. Chat, you didn't see anything. I've never had that happen.
You
That's
gotta step
new.
back up the cameras, don't you?
I do, but it'll take like 0.2 seconds. But I've never had that happen before. That was scary.
Jesus didn't like the talk of the period party.
No, apparently, listen, God doesn't like periods. You know what's really funny? Just that one pin was fucked up. Everything else is fine.
No, that's great.
I can work with that. That was so weird. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that. But no, apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Because like I'll be so for real, you know, when that happened to me, and you know the whole "you're a woman now." I called my mom crying at school, and she picked me up and took me home, and my uncle made fun of me, and I didn't want to leave the house. So like, where the fuck was my party?
Mine started at school, and I went home and I said, "Guess what, Mom? I'm bleeding from my uterus." She looked at me, laughed, and then shoved a pad in my face and said, "Go change your shit." I hit
See,
this
we should have gotten
4 goddamn
parties.
times.
I'm kind of bummed we didn't get parties. I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, apparently that's a thing though, and that is actually what involves our first story tonight. If you guys are ready for it, and I don't see Jesus again.
Hope you don't.
I'm pretty sure it's just VR chat servers having issues right now.
Per usual.
Yeah, that I know that like a couple of them have been quitting. But so this is a new one. This comes from 2 weeks ago, and it's on Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
And it's
Alright.
Am I the
Let's
asshole
just
for
jump
putting
right
a
in.
stop to my 12-year-old daughter's period party? Let me set the stage. My wife and I, 43 male, 42 female, have 2 daughters, 7 years apart. 19-year-old was at college in a different state when this happened. Girls are very different. 19-year-old is outgoing, very extroverted, loves meeting new people, trying new things, etc. 12-year-old, shy, homebody, finds things she's comfortable with and sticks with them. In fairness, the 19-year-old was kind of like this until she was 16 or so. Maybe it's genetic. But a couple of months ago, the 12-year-old comes to me in my home office, obviously upset, stammers a bit, then manages to tell me that she got her first period. I play supportive dad, comfort her, get her a box of sanitary pads my wife had bought earlier in the year, guessing this was going to happen sooner or later, and go over the instructions with her. She goes to the bathroom, does what she has to do, thanks me for my help, got her some ice cream and Midol, and told her there was nothing to be embarrassed about and that she could always come to me for anything. Hi, soundboard! Oh, hi, there's first-time chatters. Where did all of you come from? Hi!
My community.
Beautiful. What's good, guys?
I just dropped the announcement in my server, so that's where Soundboard and Azil come from.
Hey, you guys are
Azil,
about
hi,
to
soundboard.
learn some womanly things, so buckle up. Well, I lost my spot. Anyway, wife gets home later that day. 12-year-old tells her what happened. The wife starts crying. My little girl is growing up, etc. Then asks who gets to be invited to the period party, which I only knew of from listening to Bert. I'm assuming that's like a talk show host guy. If they were a thing when our 19-year-old started, she never asked for one. 12-year-old immediately closes off, says she doesn't want a period party, doesn't want anybody to know. My wife tries to tell her some more, but the 12-year-old ignores her and goes to her room. Wife tries to enlist my aid in changing her mind, but I tell her she said she didn't want one. Don't worry about it. 2 days later, I get home from running errands, and before I can even make it to the stairs, 12-year-old runs up to me and asks if she can do her homework in my office. I'm confused, but say, sure. She bolts upstairs. At this point, I started to suspect something was going on. I walked into the living room and find out that my wife had not only decorated it, something which wouldn't have looked out of place on my super sweet 16, but there were several family members, all women, a few I recognized as neighborhood mothers. I beckon wife into the hallway. She asks where 12-year-old is, and I tell her she wanted to do homework in my office. She rolls her eyes and starts to move past me, but I step in front of her. So we have a little bit of dialogue between them. So it's, husband, what are you doing? Wife, going to get the 12-year-old, it's her party. She told you specifically she didn't want one of these. No, she didn't mean that. This is an important time for a girl. She needs to know to not be ashamed of her body. She's not. I already explained things to her. She just doesn't want to talk about it more. I don't expect you to understand. This is just for us women. She tried to actually push past me, but I stepped in the doorway and completely blocked her. Wife, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm going to get into character with this. You know how shy 12-year-old is. You knew she didn't want you doing something like this, and you did it anyway. I told you it's for her own good. We can't let her grow up with a negative attitude towards something so natural. Husband, we're not. I told you she knows what's going on. She's getting a handle on it. She just doesn't want to talk about it with anybody else right now. Wife. Well, it wasn't your business to tell her about it anyway. Me, or husband. You were at work. Was I supposed to ignore her for 4 hours until you got home? Wife. You could have called me and I would have come home. Husband. I still would have taken you an hour. She was upset. I knew what was going on and I talked her through it. Wife. You don't know anything about it. It's never happened to you. At this point, I gave up. Point to my wife. No, I've never had a period, but I have 3 older sisters and a live-in girlfriend before my wife and I met. Plus, we've been married for almost 21 years. I'm pretty well-versed. She, again, tries to move past me, but I don't move. 12-year-old does not want this. I'm not letting you make her do it. Wife says, fine, have it your way. She goes back to the living room and tells the other ladies the period party is off because I'm being a jackass. I lose it, follow her in, and let the women know calmly, but in no uncertain terms, that I appreciate what they wanted to do, but 12-year-old made it explicitly clear that she did not want this party, and my wife is trying to pressure her into it. Several of the moms frown at her. My wife starts to backpedal, talking about how she didn't think 12-year-old was being serious, but I ignore her and begin taking down the decorations. Everyone clears out shortly, and once the coast is clear, 12-year-old comes back downstairs. My wife gives her a half-assed apology, again saying she didn't think 12-year-old was serious, but also, 12-year-old ignores her and just starts doing her homework in her usual place at the table. My wife was pissed at me for a week, claiming I undermined her authority as a parent, apparently by not helping her force our daughter into doing something she didn't want to do, and made her look bad in front of the neighborhood moms by telling them she'd be doing this against our daughter's wishes. So am I the asshole?
You see, based on situations like these, my own personal opinion has to be like, it depends on your parenting style, right? If her mom had good intentions behind like doing the period party, but I think it was just the lack of respect towards her daughter's opinion on it, right? Because her saying that she didn't think you were being serious is just evidence that she's not actually perceiving her daughter's opinion.
That is fair. I'll say,
because usually people will. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh no, you're good.
You're
good. I'm trying to think in my shoes, right? Like me and Squishy were 12 once. We had that day where everything went down and we had to make the call of I'm dying, and they were like, no, you're not. This is normal. I would not want that shit at like age 12. I don't remember when mine started. I don't think it matters. But like, if I didn't want one, I wanted to go home. I want one now. Squishums.
So, started mine in 4th grade. I thought I was... This is TMI, but I was scared shitless. I thought I was bleeding out of my butthole. Like, shit you not.
That was great information to learn.
I was sitting on the fucking toilet at home, and I'm like crying because I'm in pain because of all the cramps. And my grandma comes in, like she hobbles herself in, because rest in peace, my grandmother. But her back wasn't good and her ankles weren't good, so she hobbled her way into the bathroom. She's like, "What's wrong, sweetheart?" And I'm like, "It hurts. I think I'm bleeding from my butthole." It's just like, "No, hun." She's like, "No, honey.
Grandma.
No, honey, you're bleeding from your." Well, okay. Did you call your uterus your hoo-ha when you were younger?
Oh my god, yes! That was a thing! That was a thing! Parents need to not make nicknames for shit. God damn it. Did you have a weird nickname for your fucking body parts as a kid?
No.
Okay.
No.
But like,
was
she was
funny.
like, you're bleeding out of your hoo-ha, sweetheart. And I'm like, so I'm dying in a different way? She's like, "You're not dying here."
Wait, I thought it was coming from my ass, but it's coming from my what?
It's just panic in a
Like,
different
wait
sense.
damn s-
I was
Wait a dang second.
I was in 4th grade. We didn't learn about that until the next year when we had that like, oh, here, have your parents sign this consent form. We'll teach you sex ed in the 5th grade.
Oh, sex ed. Oh my god.
Dude, I was
remember
able to
those
avoid my
days.
period until I think the 8th grade. So I knew what was happening in my body, and I was just pissed off.
She just rejected her body. She's like, nah, none of that.
I could have been
None of that.
taller. Fuck you.
I could have been turbo.
I've
I
been the
could've
same height since the 4th grade, bitch.
You know what?
I've
Listen.
been the same height since elementary school. I could have been taller if that shit would have came later.
You say that like it's a good thing. Have you ever gone camping where they have showers and had to crouch and do a squat to fit under the shower head? Because they expect women to be little? No, I was the tallest bitch in my class until high school.
How tall are you guys?
I'm 5'8".
I'm 5'5".
Dang. You guys are pretty short.
I fucking hate it here. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Me, I'm 6'4".
You.
It's because I'm. Never mind. I can't say that. I can't say that.
You know what? I'm reaching out to you the next time I need to know if there's bad weather. I'm just gonna ask you if you can see in the clouds yet. Can you tell me if the rain's coming?
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that.
You just need to let me know
When there's like little bugs around, you can see them more clearly.
All right, fair play. Shot for shot. It's fine. I'm not gonna cry about it later.
Fuck both of you.
But listen, dude, when my period started, I remember vividly. It was a male science teacher, and I looked at him and I was like, I need to go to the nurse. And he just like he knew, right? He was like, go. Don't say anything. Just fucking go. And I went to the nurse and I was like, hey, call my mom. I think it's time. I think I'm a woman now. I have a fuck ass public school. This old raggedy lady really said, do you have proof? No, then you're lying. Go back to class. And I was like, call my mother now.
You're like looking at. Hold on. You're like looking at her like,
Mother, do you want to see? I was like, you just takes off.
I contemplated it. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, do you want me to fucking drop my drawers right now? Like,
That's crazy. Oh my
I would've
gosh.
done it.
Dude,
My nurse back in high school used to be like an angel. I used to blame, like, whenever I just want to leave class, I'd be like, I gotta go to the nurse. I'm not feeling that great. I'd go into the nurse. She'd be like, you tired? I'm like, yeah. You want to take like a 20-minute nap? Yes. Go ahead.
bro, what?
and she would just let me sleep in the corner.
I wish
Like
my
in the-
nurses were like that.
She used to give me food and too. She used to like,
Because I always used to come in hungry. She used to be like,
I got snacks in the office. I'm like, oh, really? Bet.
and I would go run and grab snacks. I think one time she brought a
Pizza, like for lunch. I was snacking on like half of that.
See,
How did you get the
that's
pool
what
nurse?
That's how one of my teachers was. He was my medical anatomy and med term teacher my junior year, and after I had his classes, because his classes were only like, because where I did my last part of high school, they split it up into quarters. So it was 2 quarters per semester. So I only had him for like basically just an entire semester. So after that, the last semester of my junior year and then all of senior year, I would go just sit in his classroom if I didn't want to go to class and just be like, "What's up, Petey?" And he'd be like,
You
"Why
see-
are you here?" And I'm like, "Why do you think?" And he said, "Shut up, sit there, don't disrupt my students, don't disrupt my teaching, I'll give you food." And I was like,
That works.
you see that I'm gonna be honest with you. The way I was in high school was like I knew
All of my teachers, like all of my teachers loved me. The principal loved me. The assistant principal, like every faculty member was cool with me. Even the security guard. He used to drive me around in the go-kart. Like I would go to the principal.
Your school had a go-kart?
And just yeah, we had like a golf cart.
we had a bunch. Like the school was huge.
Okay, that makes more
but
sense.
The security guard was cool, and the principal was even cooler. I still remember. I forgot her name, but she was one of the coolest people. Like I would go to her office, and she would just let me chill there on my phone. She'd be like, "Did you do your homework?" I'm like, "Yeah, I already did in class." She's like, "All right."
And then she'd just get back on her computer and then I'd just be chilling with my feet up, just in her office.
Why did you
There
get
was
the cool
only-
school?
There was only 2 teachers that liked me at my school. Well, okay, no. Yeah, no, 2. It was PD, and then it was my volleyball coach. That's it. All the other teachers didn't like me. One of them dragged me out of the hall my senior year because I went back into her class. Because they put me in trig my junior year. Didn't pass that. Barely passed. I got a D. But they tried to put me into
Ooh.
advanced finance class, and I was like, hey, no, we're going back down to this because no. Turns out it was her. I had a concussion in her trig class my junior year. She still made me do the SAT practice.
Oh god.
Despite me giving her a note saying, hey, I need to put my head down. She kept all the fucking lights on. I had a major concussion. This bitch kept all the fucking lights on. Those lights are bright. School lights are bright.
For
And
some reason, they used to put me to sleep.
You become a god at napping.
Right? But like, she still made me do the SAT practice. And then when I moved back into her class that next year, she dragged me outside of the hallway and said, you better switch back into the class that you were in, because if you don't, I'm going to fail you. So I told my dad. My dad did something nice for once. Told my counselor. The counselor told the administrator, and the administrator talked to her, and then she passed me.
I just want to talk about how the fact AGP had a golf cart in his school, and Chad is saying that somebody
did
would
I.
steal the cart. I want a fucking golf cart. I'm not even in school anymore, and I'm mad.
So with the golf cart, it was like
It was security. Security
Yeah.
used we had a golf cart for administration. So for like tours, they would use the golf cart, and then we had security's golf cart. Right. So
Yeah.
administration had like the big one with like the 6-7 seats, and then security had the 2-seater. Right. And that thing hauled like straight ass. That thing was
Oh, yeah.
zooming.
and I think at one point
That's
the
how it
security
was.
guard used to give me rides from
PE to the main building like every day. Like he'd be
This is
posted
bullshit.
up there waiting, and then I'd be like,
we had a full driver's ed course. Like, I'm talking like actual
thank you for the
tower
follow.
and like spots to where we could do like serpentines and learn how to park in different angles and all that kind of stuff, and learn how to like park onto hills and
There's
curbs.
two.
And
Oh my God,
stuff. We had
hi.
a whole area. We had a whole area segmented to that behind the school.
This is
Yeah,
not
our
fair.
school used the
Y'all had
parking
cool
lot.
schools. This is bullshit. I went to a bunk ass public school where I was dress coded for wearing shorts when I had a broken ankle and could not put jeans on. And sweatpants were banned, pajama pants were banned, leggings were banned. So the only thing I
Wait,
could put over the
what?
boot was shorts, and I was dress coded because I couldn't, bend my ankle to put jeans on.
Yeah, our school didn't really do any of that.
like people used to just show up.
Like the only time everyone would get dress coded is if your shirt said like really bad things,
Dude,
I
our
can't even
dress
say
code
on
got
stream, like, your shirt-
abhorrent.
We had
Yeah, no, if
metal
your shirt was
detectors
derogatory, oh my.
Dude, no, like, so our
and
dress code, aside
on-campus
from, like,
police officers.
the pants issue, which also, like, they would say mid-thigh, or no, your fingertips had to be touching your knee for it to be, like, length appropriate. It was fucking so dumb. But you couldn't wear bro tanks if it had any amount of, like, adult anything on the shirt, even if it was, like, a Budweiser jacket, dress coded. Spaghetti strap tank tops banned. If you wore a tank top, it had to be 3 fingers for the shoulder strap, or you couldn't wear it.
Oh, we had that too.
Jeans aren't allowed to have holes, even if you wore leggings underneath to block the holes. Dress coded. You couldn't wear tight fitting clothes. They had to be baggy, but not too baggy, or dress coded. But tight fitting meant you were a slut, so dress coded. It was a nightmare. You couldn't wear anything.
Yeah, you literally went to like a uniform school at that point.
But they didn't want to do uniforms. It was so dumb.
No, my school
My school only had mainly like there you could wear leggings just because we had a lot of sports. Right, we had a bunch of sports. Tight clothes, I don't think they ever had an issue with that. It was like the straps, like if you show too much skin, you don't want to show like you don't want to go to school wearing
your shoulders are out. That's
yeah,
so
no crop.
distracting.
There was no crop tops or no like short shorts.
But you could like as long as you're not showing a lot of skin, you're fine.
That's horse shit. Anyway,
My
we got
freshman
off
and
topic.
Sophomore year.
Yeah, we did.
My freshman and sophomore year, high school, didn't give a shit. As long as you had your ID badge wrapped around your fucking neck, they didn't care.
This bullshit. I went to a bunk ass school. Anyway, in terms of this story with the period parties,
we left the story.
I just feel so great. Hi, hello, thank you for the follow. This is great because you don't have a uterus, so I enjoy your opinion on this thing. Would you define the dad as an asshole for defending his daughter on being like, fuck this?
The dad was not an asshole. I think he was a great dad. 100%. I would do something extremely similar if I was a dad. If my daughter did not want to have a party kind of celebrating something that she obviously did not want to celebrate, I don't think you should have celebrated at all. So that dad is definitely not an asshole. I think the mom was more of an asshole for not respecting her daughter.
Well, it's like, I get it that parents do like to push us a little out of our comfort zone at time to be like, here, and you might enjoy it, you might not. But I wish, like, if she had read the room a bit better to clearly understand, like, hey, this one doesn't like the outside world that much. This one is very to themselves and don't want this and don't want spotlight. Maybe not give them spotlight. They don't have to be, like, uncomfortable to, I don't know. I think it's funny, and I think it's great now as an adult, because I want a fucking period party. If you asked me when I was 12, no, I would tell you don't ever bring that up to me again. I want one now.
It's kind of like a sweet 16, like
Some people don't, like, some people do the sweet 16, some people don't do the sweet 16. It's like, it's the same thing with that. Once you get a little older, then it becomes like I want this. But when you're a kid, you don't see these things as like positives, like how the mom was explaining. Right, you see them as like, oh, I'm changing, I'm being different. Like when I was 12, dude, I overthought about my appearance like all the time. My image, I thought about that. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get judged in 6th grade. No, I'm too tall. I'm too this. My belly is too big. Like I used to think about everything like that. Maybe that was just me.
You know what? I feel like we should do some research after this episode. If period parties are a thing, right? Then what's the men equivalent? Like, oh yeah, you got your first surprise boner, have a cupcake.
Yeah, there is no equivalent.
Is there no equivalent? There should be an equivalent. I think that'd be funny as fuck.
Men don't really get that. I don't think, not to sound like bad about or anything like that, but I don't think men even have, other than birthdays.
Dude, I still didn't even know what a fucking period party was until today. That shit's nuts.
Yeah, no, that would be so funny. Hold on. To the men in the chat,
that would be so funny if you had like a party for your first like can I say this on wait, I don't know if I can say this.
Your surprise boner?
No. The thing after the boner. That. What if like men had their first party of like the first time, like, yeah, you did that.
What would even be the sweet treat? I learned that period parties, they do like red velvet cake. So then, like, what would your sweet treat be,
Vanilla
dude?
cake?
No.
Jell-O.
Vanilla cake is terrible.
Jell-O.
It's even worse.
Nah. It's gotta be like, no, this is gonna sound terrible, but it's gotta be like a glazed donut.
Dude, imagine you leave your bedroom and your dad just hands you a fucking Krispy Kreme glazed and high fives you. Says
don't
nothing.
give me the idea. Don't give me that idea. If I have kids and I like you know how sometimes your parents, you can hear this stuff going on. They just know, bro. I'm gonna be the dad that just knows, and then like that same day he's gonna step out of his room and just a glazed donut on a plate sitting in front of his door. He's gonna be like,
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude. Just give him like a little like the acknowledged nod of like my boy and say
Literally,
nothing
you know
further.
You know the dad that's like sitting. He's got posted up in like the couch that's got
The
like the
recliner.
footrest. Yeah, and he's sitting there. He's got like his glass of whiskey, looking up at him, just like just looking at him.
Son.
You
You
did
did
good.
good.
That was the first time. He's like,
Smoke a cigarette for him. This one's for you.
Azil said that
That would be terrifying. Oh my god.
That would be great, though. That's the thing.
That's the best. Listen, I make your kids uncomfortable. I look back and like at this cringy shit my parents used to do with me. Right. I look at it now with kind of pride because I have some of it on video. Sometimes it's okay to embarrass your children, but ultimately, don't always do that. The dad was a fucking goat in this one for being like, yeah, she doesn't want that. That's weird. Lord almighty. I don't have a segue, but Squishy has a second story, and it'll probably actually be the final one of tonight, but she has a story.
I'm ready.
Yay.
I'm ready. Hit me.
Alright.
Hit me with
Um,
your best shot.
I'm gonna give you a choice. It's either I'm gonna wreck your senior year, or look down on me and my old car and now you need a body shop.
Oh! Damn.
I like the senior one.
Do you like the senior one?
Yeah, I like that senior one.
Staying on
I
topic
don't know.
with the
Wait,
coming of
did
age.
you re-say the second one? Yeah, the coming of age. I like that one. That could be a good title. Coming of age podcast.
Alright. So this was posted a day ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, my ankle's itchy.
I don't know, I don't know when it was like actually like took place or anything, but it was posted yesterday.
That's awesome. I hope it
So-
took place like 2 days ago.
This is not my story, but my friends/roommates. For the sake of privacy, we'll call her Summer, who gave me permission to tell her story. Summer was one of two friends I had when I lived in Texas. Our other best friend was Jessica, a brilliant student athlete who was being scouted by a ton of universities starting in sophomore year. During our junior year, Jessica was traveling out of state for competitions and to meet with recruiters. She dreamed of going to a D1 school outside of Texas. I ended up moving back to Oregon before our senior year, but still kept in touch with Jessica and Summer. It was around this time that a rumor began spreading around school that during one of Jessica's out-of-state visits, she had an abortion.
Sorry. I'm going out.
Oh. Oh.
This was around the time that I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Twitch anymore.
Rephrase it.
That thing, I'm just gonna call it thing, because
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, we'll get context later.
This was around the time that thing had been outlawed in Texas, and it could have had devastating consequences for her. Her coaches and her parents were quick to disprove the rumors, but the ones about how Jessica was sleeping around and getting her
Fucking
college
share.
acceptances from doing favors for the recruiters clung to her like a toxic cloud. It didn't help when Jessica came out as asexual. Most of the students didn't believe her. That was when Jessica decided she would be graduating early to take an early acceptance to a D1 school on the East Coast. This was great for Jess as it meant getting away from the toxic high school, but devastating for Summer, who was left behind to finish our senior year alone. I fucking clicked the chair. I'm gonna kill myself. Anyways, there was nothing she could do except keep her head down and try and survive. One day, while in the locker room, she overheard a couple of girls talking a few aisles down. They were the girlfriends of some of the football players, and they thought they were untouchable. One of them was bragging about how she made Jessica leave by starting that rumor. Summer tracked down one of their...
You're struggling.
What the fuck? I got blind for a second. Oh, one of their lackeys.
It was you struggled that much for the word lackey?
I went blind for a second!
I love you.
Where's your glasses?
I can't see without
On
my
my desk.
glasses.
Anyways, Summer tracked down one of their lackeys and forced her to spill. The lackey broke. She said that it was Tammy, the bragger, who started it. She didn't even know Jessica personally. She just didn't like how she was. What the fuck was that sentence? She just didn't like how she was getting these offers, getting all the things from school or abortion. That's not a. I'm dyslexic. Anyways,
Oh,
getting
it
all
got
the
worse.
abortion from the school, and she hated how her running back boyfriend tried to hit on her at a bonfire the year before. Tammy came from a religious family. She was the model of a good Christian girl, the future traditional wife who was on the track to go to college, meet a man, and marry her high school sweetheart and have the kid by 21. Summer said she considered calling Tammy's mom by pretending to be someone from Planned Parenthood, something she got from watching Mean Girls, but decided against it. She had a better idea. Her sister worked at a health center at a college out of state. Before coming home to visit her for spring break, Summer asked if she could bring condoms and some stuff about birth control. The sister did just that and gave her a discreet white paper bag with condoms and printouts of various methods of birth control. They didn't have the college's information, so there was no way this could be traced. While Tammy left her backpack unattended in the locker room, Summer slipped the bag into her outer pocket and waited. She didn't remember when it happened, only that there were several days where Tammy didn't come to school. She didn't show up for any big events our high school had put on by the end of the year. No prom, no last football game of the year, no senior night. She wasn't seen with the cheerleaders or the dance team for the rest of the year. Her mom dropped her off and picked her up from school. The rumor was that Tammy's mom found the bag of condoms while going through her backpack and freaked out. They put her on lockdown and basically canceled her senior year. She was supposed to do this some big Christian university, but they decided to pull her out and make her attend a smaller college closer to home. It's been a few years since that time. Recently, Summer went back to visit her parents in their hometown. While she was getting some snacks at a Dollar General, she saw Tammy ringing up purchases at the cash wrap. According to Summer, she looked miserable.
Ooh.
Damn.
Okay, I have a great
reply to this story. First and foremost, as a parent, and I stress this enough
to all the parents out there,
your child does not know anything, okay? And I say this because you as the parent are the teacher, you are the provider, you are the leader. You are leading your child to what future they are going to have. They are not a pet. They are not some toy. They're another human being that's going to become an adult, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Chat called you old.
I'm mature.
I'm mature. But when it comes to parents and parenting styles, each kid is different. And I'm so sorry for what she went through, because no parent should ever steal childhood memories, because this is going to be ingrained in her head.
Oh,
you
yeah.
still have memories of when you were a child.
You still have memories when you were a child. Think about that. An entire senior year
gone. All the things I did senior year all vanished. Dude, I would be miserable. Now think about how that Now think about how that kid is going to embrace the rest of their life, knowing that.
Dude, I hate parents like that.
My dad tried to do that. You know what I did? Snuck out of the house.
You know.
Wait, say that again?
My dad tried to do that. You know what I did? I snuck out of the house.
Okay.
What was it like being able to sneak out of the house, man? That was growing up where I lived. That was not possible.
My grandfather would be awake at like midnight when I would do it, and he'd look at me walking out the front door, and he'd be like, "When are you gonna be home?" And I would be like, "Don't know yet." He's still gonna be awake when I get home? He's like, "Probably not. I'll leave the door unlocked." I was like, "Don't leave the door unlocked. I got a key." just don't tell Dad. And he's like, all right, see ya.
You see,
for
for
context,
me,
my grandfather used to live with us.
oh, yeah, no. Once I think it's just different for like my situation, just because my mom was a single mom growing up, raised 3 kids, all many years apart. So when I got to like middle school, high school, no, it was like 7th grade. It was like 7th grade. I grew to like really tall, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe, in 7th grade.
Keep in mind.
This motherfucker.
And I was tall. My mom stopped caring. She was just like
You are big enough to fight a grown man. You are fine.
So
That's fair.
She stopped going to my phone. She just gave me a curfew. She said, be home by 9 p.m. If you're not home, we're fighting. I was like, we're fighting? She's like, we're fighting.
Fighting.
Oh God.
I get a weapon, you don't.
She's like, you don't want to get grounded. You don't want to get whipped. You're be home by 9 p.m. So every time I'd go out, I'd be like, it's 7:30. Hey, I gotta head out, guys. She'd be like, why? We're just getting started, man. We're just having. Nah, man.
I'm not trying to get my ass beat today. I'm good.
I choose life.
But then once I hit high school is when the curfew went to 11. But all she needed is like confirmation that I did my homework. I could not leave until my homework was done. Like if I had extra homework, I could not leave until it was done. But the thing is that I would send her proof while I was at school because I would just do the homework in the middle of class. And then that was it.
And then I'd have all the free time in the world.
Bro, me and my brother were vastly different growing up. So like, I was the weird bullied kid. And now granted, listen, okay, I had that shit coming. 90% of the time, I look back, I deserve to be bullied. Did it fix things? Probably not. I'm still weird.
I deserve to be bullied.
Actually, I might have hissed at somebody. I had it coming. But I was never like, because I was the weird kid, but also just because like I wasn't the outgoing one. I would rather stay home. I didn't even attend my high school graduation. Didn't want to go. I said, fuck that. Let's go eat Chinese food.
High school graduation?
Hell no. I called my mom and said, can we go get sushi?
Chinese food sounds good.
And she was like, you want to go out to eat? And I was like, yeah, I want to go out to eat. And she's like, good, because I didn't order your gown. And I said, good, because I'm not going. And so like, I was never the sneak out kid. And if I was invited to sneak out, I also lived 30 minutes outside of town. And we had about a mile walk of road from our house to hit like an actual road with a grandparent here and a grandparent here and then a cousin. So there was no amount of sneaking out that I could do without somebody finding out. That didn't happen. So I just didn't do it. But my brother, he was that kid. He was the kid who had a curfew and would go out and like they would do that. And then they would just be like, hey, are you going out? And I'm like, no, fuck. I remember it was like 3 years ago. My dad came to me and he said, go to a bar. I said, why? Why would I go to a bar? And he said, go outside. Go to a bar, please. I was like, I have alcohol and I have Discord. I think I'm good.
This is just like a bar. Yeah, this is just like a bar. I'm good.
I said, I can loot up
I got
VR
my
chat,
friends
you
here.
know? We can go to a virtual bar. And he's like, please, for the love of God, go outside and make friends. And I said, I made friends. They're just, not in the same state. Did you just get your ass smacked?
My thigh smacked.
Dude, I heard that.
Oh!
That was the clap of 87.
You're gonna get it, Mason Garrett. I swear to
Whoa!
God.
Ooh!
You doxed him.
Holy
Damn.
shit. But see, like, I was never the sneak out kid, and it was also the pure fact that, like, me and my Mama, if you ever watch this episode, please know I love you, but I vividly remember this day. We were fighting. We had an argument. I don't remember about what. I don't remember what was going on, but we were ready. Today was that day, and I bucked up, and she bucked up, and said, "You want to go? You want to do this?" And I sat back down, and I said, "No, ma'am. I'm gonna go in my room. I choose life. That woman will put me back in the ground."
I have a similar story. I remember I was freshly 18, and
all I remember is that my mom said something to me that irritated me. Like she said something that hurt my feelings, and I was like, "Why would you say that?" And I said that to her in a bad tone. I was like, "Why the would you say that? Like with the F word?"
Mhm.
And she was like, "Who the do you think you're talking to?"
I was like, I'm talking to you.
And she was like,
oh.
yeah, I was so mad.
And she was like,
I can't say exactly the word she called me. She said, "Really?"
Oh, dude,
And I was
you-
like, "Yeah." And she literally got up and was like, "So you think you grown now?" I was like,
nah.
You're like,
Nah,
no,
I'm
ma'am.
No,
like the moment she said that is when all like sense of, wanting to be alive came back. And I was like, no, I'm good. No, I apologize. She literally like, oh my gosh. She never
Dude.
put her hands on me, but it was one of those situations where she scared the shit out of me.
Moms are
I was
good like that because,
no.
like, I'm taller than my mom. So, like, if I walk up to her, I can see over her head, right? And so, like, I've been taller than her for most of, like, my life. And when I bucked up to her, I was already taller than her. And we were standing, like, we were in the hallway. And so I bucked up. I could see over her head. And it was for her to be like, really? And I was like, oh, shit, nope, Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I'm sorry. I want to live. I want to see another day. Please, dear God.
Can I make a funny dark humor joke?
You cannot. Because I know what you're going to say. But see, I will say, though, my dad, on the other hand, me and him will go round for round. I think, like, my dad, he will whoop my ass. He could probably pick me up and throw me across the football field if he wanted to. Me and him will go toe-to-toe sometimes.
Wouldn't it was really funny? I fought my dad when I told him I was pansexual, and he and I argued for like 6 hours
Sure.
about it, and it ended with me crying my eyes out in my room because he was like, you need to grow up and you need to like not do that. And then right when I got with Faison, he was like, you need to go to college. At this point, you need to go make friends that are here. I don't give a fuck if you date a girl or a guy anymore. Just please.
It's okay.
Please get an education. Just please get an education to get out of my house.
Get an
Dude.
education, get somebody, please. And I was that's fucking hilarious because I have a boyfriend that lives 13 hours away, sir.
Peace.
Sayonara. I'm out of here.
Dude,
Oh, he was pissed.
me and my dad now, like, definitely, okay, I will own up, I was a decent kid, but I definitely also was a shithead. I had my moments. We would go toe-to-toe for no fucking reason. And, like, my mom, I learned, she'll kill me. My dad, I was just like, you won't do it. So we would just fight like hell and back over math 90% of the time. But now, as an adult, he sent me a TikTok recently. And it was about it's a dad video. And he was like, does anybody have that daughter that it's really hard to get onto them about things because they're just like you? So you see where they're coming from and you want to be mad, but you would also do the exact same thing that they did. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Me and my dad see eye to eye on a lot of things, and it's why we'll fight. Because he's like, don't, I would do that, so don't fucking do it. And I'm like, too late, I'm gonna do it. It's happening. It's in motion.
Did you have a dad?
I had a dad. Well,
I
have a dad. He's a deadbeat.
never had a
I
dad.
fucking hate that motherfucker.
My dad is now her dad.
You guys are lucky. You guys have dads. My dad
How does
left when
having
I
a
was
mom
3.
feel like?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think I've touched a
Sensitive topic, chat.
No, it's
All
okay.
right, guys,
That
thank
dark
you.
that dark humor joke, I was gonna ask her about that earlier, but while y'all were talking about your mom's like trying to beat your ass and y'all being like, nah, I was gonna be like, what's that like? I don't know what that's like.
Oh, Azil goes,
This has gone sideways.
I'm gonna flex. I have both parents. I hope you both cry about it later.
White people.
You know I will too. Fuck you.
Oh my god. The fuck you mean
I
white
think Pum's the
people?
only one who heard me. Pum's the only one who
That's
heard me.
crazy.
She's like, I have
I
both
heard you.
dads. I went, white
And
people.
actually, that's like, I have. No, I'm kidding. Don't ever let me do that again.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining today.
And just like that,
Thanks
I
for
lose
witnessing the
all of my
fucking
followers.
chaos.
They block me for life, which is probably a good decision to make.
Zeal goes, me too, girl.
Yes, queen. Girl, you get it. Who followed for that? That's a horrible mistake.
He cheered 100 bits for that. It's another 100 bits.
Oh my god, Queen Slay! See, you get it. You get it.
Where was this? Where's this during my streams? I don't know where the
They
camera
said
is.
no. They said no. Camera is right over there.
Oh, what's going on, man? Azil. I see.
Said
Keep
you
this
don't
energy,
got
bro.
that sass.
Keep this
Like,
energy,
you don't
man.
got that. You don't
Keep
got
this
that sass
energy.
during your stream.
Like I don't have a dad.
Like I
Dude.
don't have a mom. Yeah.
This is a
We're
weird
bonding. Look
camaraderie.
at us go. We're bonding.
He said, girl, you know you'll always be my boo. Dude, alright, you know what? I would
Girl,
say-
you'll always be my boo.
When you were my baby. I'm kidding. Anyway, you know what? I would say this is a perfect point to end stream. Hi, camera. So I want to say thank you, AGP, to coming out tonight and talking with us and shooting the shit. For those who don't know who this man
I'm just happy to
is,
be here.
right? The links will be linked where the links are linked. If you were on Twitch, hi, you got to be a part of this. But Spotify and YouTube, you will see this on Monday. So hello, it's midnight when you get this ping. And with that, y'all, see you guys next week. Bye-bye!
Thank you. See ya.
Yeah.